Hey guys, this week we're doing something a little different, even for us. In regards to the fact that I'm using a product that I would normally make myself for a pizza of the week, but in this case I'm actually using one out of a jar. And it's Dr. Paul's Ghost Chili and Pineapple and Mango Sauce. Now, I came across this because actually one of our regular customers dropped off a bottle of the sauce, and I loved it. And he's just started making this commercially. This is the first batch, and it's all done in small batches. But what really makes it good for Stones is the fact that there's no shit in it. You know, it's just got an ingredient list of all stuff you can actually read. You know, it's I'll read it to you: pineapple, cider vinegar, mango, chili, brown sugar, onion, carrot, garlic, ginger, salt, turmeric, cumin, and cinnamon. No preservatives, there's no thickeners, there's no sulfites, it's all just real stuff. So that made it Stones worthy. And you know, just to help him kick off his new chili sauce business, we've also got this available in the shop right now, but we're going to feature it on this week's Pizza of the Week. Now, we're going to use, that's kind of where the sauce is what I built the pizza around. And we're going to use the pork and apple sausage. Our sauteed capsicum and onion, sauce, and cheese. That's it. So, I'll build it. Capsicum and onion. And what we'll do is we'll just add a little bit of olive oil to the pan. Start the onions off first, so they take a little longer to cook. And obviously in the shop we'll be doing these separately because of the volume we do, but for home, just do them all in the one pan. The onions, we want to start them off at a fairly low temperature. So you can see the onions are getting a bit brown and translucent, and now we'll chuck in the capsicums. Also in the shop we'd be roasting these onions instead. We're going to saute the capsicums but roast the onions. Two reasons. When we roast it, we get the onions get that extra depth of color, and yeah, just for the volume we do, because we've got roasted onion on a bunch of other pizzas. Obviously, doing it in a little fry pan just isn't going to be a very effective way of doing the volume we need to do. So just let this cook for just a couple of minutes, and all we're going to do to season it is give it a little bit of salt. And some black pepper. We're just going to lightly saute these capsicums because we still want to have a little bit of crunch. And actually, just while I was doing this, I decided when we do it in the shop, we won't saute it in olive oil. Saute it in a bit of garlic butter because that's a little better. Okay, just put these aside. And I've got a couple of pork and apple sausages from Frank's Gourmet Butchers in Fremont. They're a very tasty sausage, one of my favorites. And what we're going to do is just brown these lightly, just to firm up the flesh so that we can then slice it. Okay, so now I'm going to pull these off and let them cool down so I can slice them. So they just needed that little bit just to firm up the flesh, otherwise they'd be just, you know, squeezing the mince out of the casing when we're trying to slice it. Now, to be honest, I messed up a little bit when for filming this at home. I actually forgot to grab some of our sauce and our cheese from the shop. So this is, for the sake of the video, just a bottled sauce, which looks pretty insipid. None of the fresh herbs and anything in it that we normally have, but this is just for the video. And mozzarella, which is different than what we have, a different brand anyway, and hopefully it'll cook up the same. So we get a layer of that on. The stuff we normally use has a really chunky grate on it, so it doesn't all stick together in a clump like this. But it'll have to do. I'm sure it tastes fine. It's just a little more difficult to work with. We'll put our red onion and sauteed capsicum. And then our sliced pork and apple sausage. And we'll stick that in the oven. Okay, so the pizza's now cooked, and again with my coordinating myself to do this at home, I forgot to grab a squeeze bottle for the sauce, so it'll be a much nicer looking drizzle on here than me putting it on with a spoon. So there you go, pork and apple sausage with roasted red onion, sauteed capsicum, and Dr. Paul's ghost chili with pineapple and mango hot sauce.